Hello, everyone. Ex-Wall Kill Bethelite and Serenity here. And also, we've got Bernie and Lily arguing over a toy. And we're going to talk a little bit about the state of Jehovah's Witnesses. The shunning is killing the religion, or in my opinion, is what killed the religion, because if you think about a company, Watchtower is a business. And if you have a business that cannot hire employees, we've all heard of jobs that just can't keep people. They cannot hire employees. That's Watchtower. Watchtower has been hemorrhaging people for the longest time, and they cannot keep members. Well, if you, on top of that, are constantly getting rid of the members that you did have via shunning, well, you ain't gonna have nobody in the door. And that's the issue with Jehovah's Witnesses currently. And they've changed different things. I don't think the beard rule is going to result in no influx of Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't think women being able to wear pants in the Kingdom Hall is going to result in no influx of Jehovah's Witnesses. I think that was a image ploy. It was something, to try to affect their image. But overall, this shunning, family members not speaking to their own sons, daughters, and the like, I think it's destroyed Watchtower. None of the changes that they've made has made a difference. Kingdom halls are still just about as empty as they've been. That's not changing. They still have the Zoom meetings, or they still have Zoom as an option instead of going to meetings. A lot of people are doing Zoom. To this day, while they're having their meetings and asking questions at the Watchtower, they're constantly brother and sister on Zoom there, because they're not there at the hall. So there's no fix. Watchtower tried to adjust the shunning rule so that some people can talk to their relatives, like a slight change, but they didn't completely change. They didn't get rid of the shunning. The only way to save the religion is to stop the shunning. There's no way. You have a business, Watchtower. You can't keep employees, which is your publishers and whatever other title you give them. You can't keep them. Well, on top of that, you're telling them not to speak to or to completely shut off some of what used to be your members. And there's no incentive for people to come back. We're going to let Serenity, chime in here also. But if I'm telling you, if you have a business or a company like Watchtower that can't keep people, to bring people in, you need to give them an incentive. Telling them they can have a beard is not no freaking incentive. Telling women they can wear slacks is not an incentive big enough to bring people back. And telling people that they can speak to their family only really to send them invitations to a meeting, that ain't enough incentive. It's not to get people to come back. What do you think about?
They're getting desperate. That's why they say, oh, you can talk to relatives or disfellowshipped ones if you're inviting them to the meeting or it's something spiritual. So that's why they're desperate. It's not that they tell them to go be social with them and have dinner or whatever, which I'm sure some families will do that. They'll be like, well, they said we could do this and that, so we're going to have a dinner and then we'll just put an invitation to assembly, memorial, whatever in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still going to try, and those witnesses who aren't like super, super strict,
Mm-hmm.
they'll still try and find a way to be social, as well as invite them to these, meetings and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not, number one, it's they want more members. They want the ones that are out to come back. And number two, they have to legally, and we already went through this before on the website, if it says, do Jehovah's Witnesses shun?
Mm-hmm.
So now, legally, they want to say that, no, people can talk to their relatives, but in court, they're not going to say only to invite them back to the meetings. Or, that type of situation. So.
No, I agree. I think it's a move of desperation because Watchtower is looking at their wallet, and it ain't as, there ain't as much money in there as they would like, because one big thing with Watchtower is the assemblies, international assemblies, district assemblies, all these assemblies where they get all these people together, even the circuit assemblies where they get a lot of people together and they get up on the stage and say, hey, we got this deficit.
I have to let Bernie out. He's barking at the back door.
We got to let Bernie out to use the bathroom, but there's this deficit, and we need y'all to put money in to fill our pockets. Well, you have to have people to ask the money of. B, these need to be believing members, because people who are PMO, physically in but mentally out, how much money, keep in mind, you're mentally out. You're only there because you don't want your family to shun you. How much money are you sending to Watchtower when they're talking about the deficit? If you're physically in, mentally out, and you're attending meetings just to keep your family or to try to keep them happy, you're laughing when they talk about having a deficit. You're not spending money. There's no way you're spending money. You don't even want to be there. You're only there because your freaking family will stop talking to you if you don't attend meetings. The emotional blackmail. So Watchtower, like Serenity said, has got to be in desperation mode. They're throwing peanuts at people, trying to get them to come back. You can have a beard now. You can wear slacks. Who knows? They might make Christmas okay. You can celebrate Christmas or not Christmas, birthdays. You can celebrate birthdays as long as you don't have no candles in your cake. That's not going to do it, because Watchtower, you still have the same people in the congregations. Older people who don't have a whole lot of money. And then you have that much younger crowd that they don't have jobs to be able to give Watchtower money. But you remember the cartoon, the Sophia and whoever cartoon where they were talking about kids giving their ice cream money to Watchtower. I mean, come on now. It's blatantly obvious that they are very desperate for money. But your demographic, Watchtower's demographic, is what it is, and it doesn't change. So they need a way to bring in people who are actually going to be believing members. Reaching out to people that got DF 10 years ago and likely are aware that the religion is false, and trying to get them to come back to the hall to be able to talk to their family. Even if they did, they're not giving Watchtower no money. They're not giving Watchtower money to, you know what I mean? So Watchtower has put themselves in a corner, and there's just no way out of it. Watchtower changed all that stuff a long time ago. And it still hasn't helped. Watchtower changed the shunning rule. Technically, it's been a long time. You remember how long ago it was when they changed that shunning rule? She might be outside now. She might be outside with the dogs. But if Watchtower has changed this shunning rule, allowing people to at least say a greeting to people when they come into the meeting, a long time ago, they've been adjusting these things, and the demographic at the meetings hadn't changed. What does that leave them with? They have to get rid of the shunning. You have people that protest. Serenity went to a protest in Washington. I couldn't go because I had to work. But Serenity went to a protest at Washington. And one big thing about the protest is it can't be censored. A lot of what we do, we put on YouTube. YouTube is a company. Who knows if Watchtower hands YouTube a little bit of money and says, hey, we got to keep these views down to, we can't let it hit the millions. Because Watchtower ain't God. But what? They want to say 8 million, 7 million. Come on now. Watchtower ain't.
They're probably like counting inactive ones and ones that faded.
How many people do you think Watchtower has?
Like 3.7 million.
Exactly.
Why would I
exactly.
be so exact? 3.
No,
7,
no.
for real.
3 point something,
like
between 3 and 4 million.
Legitimate.
Believing members. Legitimate believing members.
Not ones that they're counting that faded and haven't been to meetings in 5 years, but they still, technically didn't disassociate or die or anything, because they're going to count you for their numbers and their tax benefits. So,
right. So if they only have 3 or 4 million members who are actual believing members, not PMO or nothing like that. That's Lily running into the cords and stuff. Lily, quit playing right by the cord.
That would have been awful.
Yeah, if we didn't have no pants on, which we could have done because we got it set up to be up, from here up.
Waist up.
Lily would have just exposed us, you know what I mean, on video.
We wouldn't have uploaded it. That's what.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Or edited something.
But if Watchtower's only got 3 or 4 million, what if they even had 5? And YouTube, you can have a video that could have more views than they have members. That would be freaking destructive. I mean, I wouldn't put it behind Watchtower to try to slide YouTube a little bit of money and say, hey, let's keep this, from hitting the millions, because we ain't even got that many members for y'all to be having all these people view this stuff. Overall, I think YouTube has had more views on our videos if you just collect everything and view it as a whole. All the people that have viewed videos in regards to Jehovah's Witnesses and exposing it as a cult probably has exceeded the freaking number of members that they have. So that's the reason why things like protests and the such are so dangerous to Watchtower. One of the reasons why is because they can't censor that. It's gonna reach however many people see it. You know what I mean? And once they see it, it's gonna be in their mind. So, that's a good thing to keep up the meetups and protests and the such. But I think Watchtower is going to have to throw people a bigger bone. And that bigger bone is going to have to be getting rid of the shunning. You can't have mothers and fathers not speaking to their own freaking kids, because the Mormons, let's use the Mormons for example. The Mormons I think it got like around 12 million or something, and that was way back years ago when I checked their numbers. It may be beyond that by far. The way Mormons got so big is 100% families. 100%. It ain't the little Mormons you see in the little white shirts with the little badge, riding their little bikes with the backpacks. Is not the reason why Mormons have freaking taken over Utah and they got a whole freaking college. Brigham Young is a Mormon college. Big one at that. I mean, the reason why the freaking, and that's a cult, the reason why it's so big is families. 100%. People getting married, having kids, and whether these people are 100% believers or not, keeping them inside the Mormon faith through fellowship association activities and the such. So they'll have firesides. They'll have freaking basketball. Darn near every Mormon church has got a basketball court. This is to keep people happy. So whether or not all 12 million Mormons believe it, there's a strong chance all 12 million are going to stay put because they're all freaking happy. They got basketball. They got a college where they can go to college. They got sports. They got whatever. You know what I mean? They're not allowed to drink Coke and Pepsi and stuff like that, from my understanding. They can't drink coffee. So they got some setbacks. But with Jehovah's Witnesses, the whole shunning thing is too big of a setback. You're destroying the joy, the happiness that could possibly keep people in. And you ain't... Kingdom Halls ain't got no basketball court. They ain't got nothing to keep people happy. It's over with.
The illusion of happiness.
It's
best life
rare.
Ever. I'm saying
them
the
meetings
illusion.
are boring.
I'm saying the illusion.
The meetings are
so
so boring.
That this is the best life ever, so they believe it. And they're like, this is the best life ever, even though I'm not really feeling it. But they told us it is, so I'm going to go with that. Yeah. But they screwed up, Watchtower did, with their teachings. And even with the thing with just fellowshipping and kicking families out, you're breaking up families, so then you have less people. Because a lot of those ones that are kicked out aren't coming back. They're not.
Created enemies.
So you just created an issue. And then you're telling people the end is coming, it never comes. You change your doctrines and call it New Light. So you just screwed up all around. I mean, there's so many, oopses, you can't make up for it now. It's like a house of cards, and gradually you're pulling one out. But if you pull so many out that were the foundation of the actual religion, it's going to fall. Mm-hmm. And that's what they've done. You're going to, the end is coming. You need to be a witness, the one and only true religion before Armageddon comes, or you're going to be destroyed. And then they change that. I mean, that's the foundation of your whole religion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, trying to get people back, it's like, y'all screwed up already. You really did.
Yeah, because you created enemies, which the Mormon Church, again, a cult that is a little bit more successful than Watchtower. We got somebody choking over here. What's he choking on?
It's his heart. He does that sometimes.
But so basically, you have, and then we got one falling off the edge of the couch. Lily, you got to quit jumping off the edge of the couch. Here, show everybody you're okay. Hello, XJ. Well, she ain't no XJW.
No.
Lily here.
Bernie
here to discuss it all. But quit falling off the couch. But
they messed up. They basically messed up. It's like if you have a bunch of lies and it can't be validated, then you have to change things, and then it's just like people are like, "What? Wait, what?" But then there's the ones who are usually old school They don't know anything else. And so no matter what these men in New York or Warwick,
Yeah, I think
Warwick
that's all New
say,
York.
it could be off the wall. They're going to stay because that's all they know.
Right, but it's still, Watchtower is interested in the money, and they screwed that up. They screwed their money up by creating enemies with the shunning. They could have had people who may or may not have believed, but like the Mormons may stick around because they're happy with all the game nights. Mormons have so many free games. Don't y'all go being Mormons. I need to quit talking about that. It's still a cult. Don't go being no freaking Mormons. I'm just saying they're better. Their model is better than Watchtower because they didn't use the shunning. Lily's about to knock this thing over again. But another cult to compare them to is Scientology. Lily is quit chewing on the cord.
Stop.
Another cult is Scientology, and Scientology used the shunning model. There's no cult that's used the shunning model that's been successful, to my knowledge. None of them.
Oh, I mean, there's religions that do it. There's like a type of Jew that does it. There's
But are they the FLDS? They're small. That's what I'm saying. None of the cults that use the shunning have gotten the numbers that are going to fill the pockets of the leadership. They always are small because you're getting rid of your own possible membership. There's no church that's going to be filled with all 100% believers. You're going to have some people that are just there because they like the music, or they're there because they like the games, or they're there because they like the girls or something like that. You're going to have your membership that is, they're there for various reasons, but the churches still benefit. They still get money from people like that. Watchtower is never going to get that. Lily's being so bad. She's on the edge of the couch and everything and distracting me.
Oh my God!
She just did the behind rub on the couch thing.
Lily, not on the sofa.
I've never seen her do that before. I've never seen her do
that. You.
But Watchtower doesn't have that demographic. They don't have. They got rid of it. So essentially, the review of Watchtower is that they're screwed. The only thing they can possibly do is get rid of the shunning altogether, and then hope that maybe 50 years from now, they may see some sort of improvement. But as for right now, it's a wrap. It's over with.
I mean, it's not that they're broke. Of course, they want money coming in, but they have investments. They have real estate all over the world. It's not like they're broke. But they do need to keep up the numbers so they can validate all of the things they're doing to the governments. Really. Right,
but still, they're not bringing in, I think, even a fraction of the money that they want to bring in, because a lot of the money comes from the members. Mm-hmm. So property is one thing that they have that they can sell. But these little kingdom halls, it ain't like they get millions of dollars for these freaking little kingdom halls.
It depends on the area, the space, the land, because land without the buildings.
Them bad boys are teeny tiny. They like kingdom garages. Them halls are small. I remember in New York, I almost drove completely past the hall and didn't know it was a hall. It was so small. There's Lily grabbing the cords again.
She needs to go in the channel.
Yeah, Lily quit.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
She's like unplugging stuff and she's trying to take the camera and run off with it. But comment down below, let me know what you think. But I think Watchtower is cooked. They haven't brought in a lot of members, and there's no incentive for people to go back, just to only be spoken to by their family members if they attend meetings.
Because that's
And
not
and
love.
they, and you can have kingdom halls all around the world. You ain't got enough to really make the leadership happy with the amount of money that you're gonna get for selling these little teeny behind kingdom halls. You got these small little rundown churches that are able to buy them little things, or these little itty bitty businesses.
People
are buying
Think
them.
about it.
But how much
did
money
they put into it? They had volunteers.
How much money does a
volunteers build the thing? So it's
Yeah.
a win-win for them. If you know real estate,
Well, I apparently don't know real estate because
Well-
if I build these little itty bitty things and I'm selling them, and they can't be selling them for enough money to hang with the big dogs. They can't. They can't be to even keep up with the LDS church, and the LDS church has got a whole college. How do we know that they're not trying to do that? How do we know that they're happy being a small fish in the pond? You know what I mean? How many businesses are happy just being a small fish and realizing we ain't gonna get that much money, so we just gonna be cool with that? There's not too
they
many.
have a lot of money. They have companies upon companies underneath other companies and LLCs, so you don't even know or realize that it's Watchtower.
You guys comment down below. Let us know how much
I'm
money,
the financial person.
how
in
much
real
money
estate.
you think that Watchtower
So,
has, because it's like, what company?
and that's even the stuff.
What
that,
company?
That what do you mean?
What company are they making a lot of money off of? Now, granted,
I didn't say a company. I'm just saying
granted, in the past, I think Watchtower made a killing. In the past,
they have luxury
in the past,
real estate
people were
developments.
buying the whole end of the world thing. When they sold the end of the world thing, people were flocking. There's the wrestling match right here. People were flocking to the end when they were selling the end of the world stuff.
That's all that. They're
But-
just bad.
But people aren't flocking anymore.
No, people aren't flocking
They
to
can't
religion
be-
in general.
That's what I'm saying. They can't be happy. Watchtower can't be happy with, well, back in the day we made money and we had some investments in this, that, and the third, and you know what I mean? Why would they be desperate if they were cool with the state of the way things are? Why would they be changing so much?
Because it looks bad.
Why would they be begging for money? You know what I mean?
It looks
Why
bad.
would they be asking kids for their ice cream money if they were cool with money?
It's called brainwashing. So the kids watching those videos will be like, "Oh, I'm going to give up my money for Jehovah," when it's not going anywhere but to make more money and take advantage of. It's just ridiculous. I can't even think about it.
I don't think they got it like that. I think that they've got money. They ain't like broke, but I don't think they got
No,
it
they're
like
not
that.
doing as
to
well
where-
as they were. I can
That's
say
what
that.
I'm saying.
But they do have
they've
assets.
been in decline
They
for
have assets.
forever.
And they're still building like luxury like accommodations for people to buy or rent. They are.
Yeah, it's a company, but it's a company that's been in decline for so long that I think that they're hurting a little bit more than what they
Well, yeah.
want to give.
They're not getting
Credit
donations
for
from
it.
me anymore, or
They're not
all
getting none from me.
all
They're
the
not
other
getting none
people
for
who
you.
left as well.
They're not getting none for none of the people that left, and that's what I've been saying, is that if they had an environment where people were having fun, people might have forgotten all about, they may let it slide, the whole false teachings. They may let a lot of stuff slide if people were just having a freaking ball. But I don't think they are. So that'll be it for now, because
They're bad.
They're
It's
about
like
to
we
tear up
turned
the house.
The camera on, and they're like, "Let's."
They're
go
having a
up.
war over there. But comment down below. Let me know what you think. I really don't. I think that, yeah, to us, it seems like, to me, it seems like, oh, they got all this stuff. But to the people up at the top who want to have millions and millions and millions of dollars,
What do you mean at
they're
the top?
probably comparing
You
themselves.
mean the people above the governing body?
Yeah, they're probably
who
comparing
puppets the
them.
governing body.
Right, they're probably comparing themselves to all the other religions and the people who have got all this freaking money And they're trying to find ways to bring in more. Because that's the reason why they're changing so much stuff.
Because
they can't be happy with the state of the way things are because they've been in decline for so freaking long. So
it's a business.
We'll have to we'll have to get into the research
find
on
other ways to get revenue basically, and that's what they're doing now.
Selling halls, but them bad boys ain't like,
and other things. It's not just selling halls.
I wouldn't spend no more than I would for a pack of paper cups for no Kingdom Hall. Because it's not even big enough to freaking have a house in that bad boy.
They convert them into businesses.
Little
and
ones.
Other churches.
Little hot dog stands. This is bad. Them bad boys ain't worth that much money. But yeah, comment down below. We're heading out.
I'm gonna
X-Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.
Bye.
And the lovely Serenity signing out.